Hey sis, are you there?
Oh, hey Frankie, it's been a while.
I have a little favor to ask you.
What's up?
I'm gonna be going home this evening. Would you mind driving over to my mom and dad's place to help me unpack?
You're going home? Help you unpack?
Me and my husband got a divorce, so I'll be coming home to stay with my mom and dad.
You did what? Where'd this come from all of a sudden? I had to read that twice. I almost just spat my coffee out. Frankie, what the hell happened? Are you okay? You were barely married. What, 6 months? Did you tell your parents yet?
Yeah, I just messaged them.
Wow, I can't believe it. This is too sudden, Frankie.
Him and his family told me to never go anywhere near them again, so I left. There's no going back now. Me and him are dead in the water. All I can do is go back to live with mom and dad, at least for now. So that's why, my lovely favorite stepsister in the whole wide world, I need you to sort out a space for me to sleep there tonight. If you could just get me some pillows, a duvet. Oh, and don't forget the mattress. That would be great.
Just be careful on the way home, okay?
Madeline, is now a good time?
What is it?
I have a date with my boyfriend today.
What? You have a new boyfriend already?
Hold your horses, sis. I'm not finished yet. So here's the thing. The plan is to meet each other at the date spot. So I need you to take me out to the shopping mall in A-Town in your car.
You want me to drive you there? Isn't that mall at least an hour away from here? It'd take me 2 hours there and back. I'm super busy today, so I'm really sorry, but that's not going to be possible.
LOL. Now I've heard it all. A neat, busy. You should become a comedian, sis. You're cracking me up here, LOL.
Listen, Frankie. I don't know where you got this idea that I'm a neat from, but I can assure you I'm not.
What?
How many times do I have to explain it to you? I've been working from home ever since my company introduced a remote working system.
Who are you trying to fool? Like, I'm gonna believe that. Don't you work in the production line at a factory? Are you seriously pretending you work from home doing a job that's only possible by going out to work in person? Not gonna lie, sis, I'm kind of embarrassed for you right now. You should have picked a better lie. I can see right through you.
Listen, Frankie. It's true. The company I work at does have an image of being nothing but factories and production lines in the eyes of the world. So you can be forgiven for thinking that. But I don't work in a production department. The work my department does is done on computers from start to finish, so it's entirely possible to do from home.
Fine, I get it. Computers, yada yada, remote work, yada yada. That actually sounds like the kind of thing my boyfriend does. He works in an IT company though, and you don't.
You don't have to work in an IT company to do remote work. It's becoming really common these days across basically every industry.
Basically, Maddie, what you really mean is, you're a neat, but you're so ashamed to admit it, you came up with some silly story full of holes to try and look cool, LOL.
What?
I hear it's really common for neats to pretend they have jobs, you know. Apparently it's what they call a psychological coping tool. Tragic, really.
Ugh, I told you already, I'm not a neat.
Anyway, can we stop wasting time on idle chit-chat now? It's boring. Hurry up and pick me in your car.
Not happening.
Why?
Because I have work today.
Huh? You're a neat but you have work? That's a contradiction in terms, you silly Billy. Ugh, quit messing around, will you? I have to go soon.
Employees on a remote work schedule still have to show their face at the office a set amount of times each month. My break's gonna be over soon and I've already wasted enough of it on this conversation. Catch you later.
No, wait! I'll be late to my date if I get to the train now. Madeline!
Buzz, buzz.
You're so horrible! Why are you doing this to me? This is all your fault. I was late to my date and now my boyfriend's in a mood with me. Are you happy now? Is this what you wanted? How can you be so cruel? Wah!
Good evening, Frankie. I take this as about what you were pestering me over earlier. How can you blame me for you being late to your own date?
Isn't it obvious? The only reason I was late is because you wouldn't drive me there. That means it's your fault. My boyfriend is really strict when it comes to punctuality. I got there an hour later and he was in a rotten mood the whole time. He wouldn't laugh at my jokes and had the grumpiest look on his face. If I'm late again, he'll probably dump me.
If you were that desperate for me to take you, you could have at least asked me the day before.
Why do you need to know that far in advance? You're a NEET. It's not like you ever do anything. Take today, for example. You probably just couldn't be bothered to go out in the car because you want to slob it out playing a video game and eating potato chips in your cave. So you came up with some far-fetched lie about having to go into the office despite supposedly doing a remote work job. I can see right through you.
No, I'm employed with a company, so I'm obviously going to have to show my face of that company from time to time.
You're in the house 24/7. You're practically a part of the furniture. Since when do you ever go out to work?
I explained to you very clearly that I don't work remotely 100% of the time, and that I do in fact have to clock in at the office a few times a month.
How can you work on a factory production line at home?
For Christ's sake, Frankie, I told you, we're all pencil pushers in my department. We work at desks, on computers.
I've had it with you. Just you wait. I'm gonna do some digging and find undeniable proof you're in NEET. How can you live with yourself? You live a life of luxury goofing off around the house on my brother's dime while he's out slaving away doing an actual job. I'll get him to divorce you.
Frankie!
Oh look, it's my pitiful need of a sister-in-law.
Get back here right now.
N-O. Know what that spells? LOL. I'm on an apology date right now because someone made me late for my last one. There's no way I'm letting you mess things up for me again. Actually, there's a chance I won't be coming home tonight if you catch my drift.
You've been messing with my computer, haven't you?
Oh, what's this? Sorry, I don't know what you mean.
I saw you letting yourself into my room with my mom and dad's spare key.
Huh?
I have security cameras set up in my study. I saw you plain as day sneaking in and doing something on my computer. Are you really gonna carry on playing innocent? Stop screwing me around, Frankie. This isn't a joke.
Wow, I got found out a whole lot sooner than I expected. You're pretty smart for a NEET.
You admit it then?
Fine, whatever. It was me. I found a folder named Work, so I deleted it. Whoops, LOL.
Do you have any idea what was inside that folder?
It was password protected, so I couldn't see inside, but I'm guessing it just had tons of games in. You probably just called it Work as a disguise so you could feel important. Hey, at least you won't be able to waste any more time goofing around the computer now. You should be thanking me. Serves you right, LOL.
That computer is for work use only. It was given to me by that company.
Huh?
That work folder that for some strange reason you think was full of games was full of proposals and reference materials I put together.
Huh? Proposals? Reference materials?
I told you, my company might have image of being nothing but factories and production lines in the eyes of the world. But to create products at a factory, there's also need of departments to come up with those products in the first place. My department is responsible for the planning and design of new products. And since that's basically nothing but desk work, we work on a remote work basis most of the time. Do you understand now?
What the hell?
Anyway, the point is, you deleted all of my highly sensitive, highly important work data. Data that technically wasn't even mine, but belonged to my company.
But...
Obviously, I can't let you get away with that. So I have no choice but to report what you've done to your parents.
What? No, wait!
The funny thing is, Frankie, they told me all about you. Turns out the reason for your divorce was due to the $25,000 of debt you're in because of your frivolous spending on things you can't afford. What's worse, you're still not working, are you?
Well,
So the whole time you were calling me a NEET, you were the real NEET all along. A debt-ridden NEET at that. I really was shocked. For some reason, I had this image as you, in spite of your quirks, as more or less having your life together. I couldn't have been more wrong. LOL.
Shut up!
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Your mom and dad told me to pass on a message to you. Shopping needs who go around causing trouble for others are not welcome in our house. Get your things together and get the hell out. That's the message. Bye!
Oh my god!
And that's the story of how Frankie got booted out by her mom and dad and began her life of exorbitant debt repayments without a soul in the world to help her. To add insult to injury, I heard her boyfriend dumped her too. She showed him the chat logs of mine in our conversations because she thought he'd find them funny, but he was actually disgusted but he was actually disgusted with her behavior and got mad. Apparently, she showed back up at home resembling a distressed panda, screaming, "Why?" over and over again with floods of mascara streaming down her cheeks. Oh yeah, as for the work folder she deleted on my computer, turns out it was actually fine. Frankie isn't the most tech-savvy person in the world, and unbeknownst to her, all she actually meant when she gloated "serves you right" was that she sent it to the recycle bin, from which I was of course able to safely retrieve it. Naturally, I don't intend on telling her that. I feel like she's more likely to reflect on what she's done if she believes she caused me great inconvenience. I'm praying that she uses this whole affair as an opportunity to become a better person.
I will definitely wear a new dress for my wedding. I am not going to wear your old wedding dress.
What's this all of a sudden?
Please, don't interfere with our wedding. You're just the groom's mother. We're the bride and groom, the stars of the wedding.
What's the matter with you, Hannah? I would never interfere in your wedding.
Don't lie. How dare you manipulate your son behind my back?
Manipulate my son?
Ever since I was a little girl, I dreamed of wearing a white lace maxi dress for my wedding. But Theo won't let me buy a new dress and says I'll have to wear your old-fashioned satin dress because you want me to wear that.
You've got things all wrong, Hannah. Come to think of it, Theon did ask me about my old wedding dress the other day, but I didn't tell him I wanted you to wear it.
What?
I just said you could redesign it if you didn't find the dress to your liking. Of course you can wear whatever dress you want for your wedding. I have no say in the matter.
Why did you tell him that I could wear your dress? You manipulated your son by saying unnecessary things. Old people are always so annoying. I understand you're jealous of us getting married at a young age, but stop interfering with our wedding.
Are you saying that I was annoying?
Why are you surprised? You're already in your 60s, aren't you? Of course, you'd be called old. And to think it's a good idea to pass on your dress to your daughter-in-law, that's something an old person would think of.
What?
I've heard about you from Theon. You got married in your 30s and gave birth to Theon when you were in your 40s, right? That's why you envy me for getting married so young. You're jealous of me, who would look good in a brand new dress, right? That's why you are trying to sabotage my wedding.
Hannah, let's calm down for once. I do not envy you, and I also have no negative feelings about you. I think the two of you should do whatever you want regarding the wedding.
I won't be deceived by such words. You were trying to manipulate Theon from behind the scenes.
Hannah.
You seem to have old-fashioned ideas, so I'll advise you in advance. Do not underestimate me just because I will be your daughter-in-law. If you want to get along with me, please understand that you'll be in a lower position than me in the family, okay?
Theon, what did you exactly say to Hannah about our conversation? Because of you, things got complicated between me and Hannah.
What happened? Did you and Hannah have some kind of fight?
I heard you're ignoring Hannah's feelings about her dress. I never told you I wanted her to wear my dress. I only told you she could redesign and wear it if she wanted. Because of you, she now hates me, thinking I was trying to force her into wearing it.
What?
Whatever my opinion is, it doesn't matter. You should value your wife's opinion about the wedding. Understand?
Whoa. What the hell are you talking about? It was Hannah's idea to wear your wedding dress, so that's why I asked you about it the other day.
Hannah's idea?
That's right. We found a nice vintage wedding dress on the internet, so I told her about your satin wedding dress that you kept in the closet. She said she wanted me to ask you if she could redesign and wear it.
But I just got a call from Hannah saying she wanted to wear a brand new dress, but you were forcing her to wear mine.
She wanted a brand new dress? Did Hannah really say that?
Yes. She said it was her dream to wear a lace maxi dress since she was little. And yet, you were forcing her into wearing an old satin dress.
No kidding. Again?
What do you mean by again?
Mom, I'm really sorry for dragging you into this. I guess I need to talk to Hannah about her wedding dress. I'll try to straighten this out, so please leave this matter to me.
Wait, Theon. Tell me what you meant by again.
Well, this kind of thing has been happening a lot lately. Hannah never tells me her true feelings, and a lot of times her opinion turns out to be completely different from what I assumed.
I don't quite understand what you're saying.
At first, Hannah said she wanted a dress that I thought would look good on her. So when we were looking at the dresses on the internet, I found a lovely vintage satin dress that I thought would be perfect for her. It was already sold, so I told her about your old dress and suggested we redesign it to her liking.
Then why was Hannah so upset? She definitely seemed to want to wear a brand new lace dress.
I think deep down she wanted me to suggest a brand new lace dress. She's mad because I didn't choose what Hannah wanted.
Huh? Hannah didn't say she wanted to wear a lace dress?
Not a single word. To me, she just said a vintage satin dress would be nice too.
What?
We'll re-talk about the dress. I'm sure she's gonna be mad at me again, saying, "Why couldn't you sense my feelings?"
That's just too unreasonable. You can't understand others' feelings if they don't tell you in words.
Hannah is not good at putting her feelings into words. Something similar happened when I proposed to her too.
Even at the proposal?
Hannah always said she didn't want an engagement ring for the proposal, saying she'd rather save money to buy a good house in the future. She also said she'd feel bad about having me pay for an expensive engagement ring, so I proposed without a ring, just as she wanted.
And what did Hannah say?
She snapped at me saying, "Why didn't you get me an engagement ring?" According to her, a man should have prepared it even if their fiancé was kind and reserved.
What?
She cried, saying it was unbelievable that I didn't buy a ring for her once-in-a-lifetime proposal. So I rushed out to buy one and proposed again. With an expensive ring, of course.
What a troublesome girl. You'd have to some kind of special powers to be with her.
Well, I'm pretty insensitive. Maybe she was giving me clues as to what she was thinking.
That's not the point. She says she didn't want it, but actually wanted it. She says she wanted a dress that you picked, but she actually wanted to pick on her own. It's unreasonable to get mad at us for that.
Oh, she was mad at you too?
She was furious, telling me to stop manipulating my son. She also told me not to interfere with her wedding. She blamed me for everything about the dress.
I had no idea it had come to that.
Hannah should have told you her true feelings from the beginning. Why should I be the one to get the backlash?
Mom, calm down. Hannah's inability to be straightforward is also a part of what makes her cute. We'll talk about the dress again. I'll call you when it's officially decided.
It's been a while, Wilma. About the wedding dress? We decided to buy a brand new lace dress.
I'm glad you got your wish.
No. I'm rather sorry that I didn't get to wear yours.
I never asked you to wear my dress. It's best to have the wedding the way you want it.
Really? Then I have a favor to ask you regarding the wedding.
Oh, what is it?
Please refrain from attending the wedding. Please stay home, Wilma.
May I ask why?
Of course. That's because you're an old, frail woman.
Excuse me?
My ideal wedding is a sparkling, extravagant ceremony. But imagine having an old lady like you there as the groom's mother. It would ruin the atmosphere, don't you think?
That's why you want me to be absent, even though I'm the groom's mother.
I was hoping you would sense my intentions, but I'm afraid you aren't the kind of person who's capable of doing that. So I decided to say it clearly.
Huh?
Don't you think it's embarrassing to have a baby at such an old age? And to attend as a groom's mother in your 60s? Normally, you'd realize that would embarrass Theon. But you didn't mention anything, as if you were unaware of such a thing.
Why is it so embarrassing to give birth at an older age? And no matter how old the groom's mother is, I don't think Theon would be embarrassed by that.
You old people are so annoying. You guys don't know what's normal nowadays.
What?
Think about it. Imagine having you at our wedding. I'm sure many people will laugh at Theon saying, "Your mother looks more like your grandmother." Even a kind man like Theon wouldn't want to be embarrassed on such a special day, would he?
Let me confirm something. Did Theon himself actually say that he didn't want me to come, or that he was embarrassed to have me at his wedding?
He doesn't need to say it out loud. I understand him well enough even without him telling me his feelings. He's too kind to tell you himself, so that's why I'm speaking on his behalf. An old, frail mother who tries to get me to wear her old dress. You are no more than a nuisance to us.
Nuisance.
Weddings aren't a place for old people. I'm never going to have a seat for a grandma-like mother-in-law.
I never intended to go anyway.
What? Why?
I was planning to skip it even without you telling me, so no worries. Well then, please enjoy the wedding without me.
Wait a minute. Do you understand what you're saying?
What's with that reaction? Aren't you glad that it turned out as you wanted? I'm telling you that I'll gladly be absent.
No. Why would you gladly be absent? This is where you're supposed to cry out to me saying, "Don't say that." You should be begging me to let you attend.
Huh?
Then I could have clarified my position being higher than you. If you had lowered your head, I would have considered your attendance. Why can you easily give up on coming? I can't believe that you didn't intend to come at all.
What a complicated scheme. I don't think I'll ever be able to understand your thinking process.
You actually wanted to come to the wedding, right? It's the wedding of your son that you gave birth to in your 40s. You must want to attend the wedding of your eldest son.
No, not at all.
What?
I don't want to go to a wedding of someone who calls me an old, frail, annoying person. So I'm not going to pay for anything. I've been saving up about $50,000 for my son's wedding, but I've decided to use it for my life after retirement.
$50,000?
I know wedding fees are usually paid by the bride's parents, but just in case their financial situation made things difficult, I kept extra money in order to support my son and his future wife have a nice wedding. I was even willing to pay for the redesign fee if my future daughter-in-law was wearing my old dress. That's why I worked so hard to save up this money, but I guess this is the kind of thing that makes you think I'm annoying. So I've decided not to pay for anything at all.
Oh no.
I did my own research, and I found out that nowadays, 1/3 of couples pay for the wedding fee on their own. Even when the bride's side decides to pay, they mostly only cover 50% of the fee, and the couples pay for the rest. I think I should share this article with your parents.
No, don't do that.
I need to keep up with the trends so that you won't make fun of the old people.
No, you're not an annoying old person at all. If you saved up all this money, you can financially support us with the wedding and honeymoon.
Don't worry, I now know exactly what you mean. Your true feelings and your words are the opposite, right? When you say you can support us, you're actually not wanting any support.
No, This time, my words truly are my feelings.
Well then, have fun at the wedding.
Mom, why aren't you here at the wedding venue? It's about to start. How can a mother be late for her son's wedding?
It's better for you too if I don't come, right? So I'm going to be absent as you two wish.
What do you mean it's better if you don't come? There's no way I would wish for you to not come.
But Hannah, who understands you so well, told me so. She said it would only embarrass you if his elderly mother came to the wedding. She said you wouldn't say it out loud out of kindness, but wished for me to not come.
What?
I'm sorry, Theon. Your mother is insensitive, just like you. I should have sensed it beforehand and informed you of my absence. But I'm what people call an old, frail, annoying person. I never noticed until Hannah told me.
No way. Wait a minute. You didn't show up not because you overslept, but because you intended to be absent? And you're telling me that Hannah told you not to come? I can't believe that. I will never be embarrassed of you no matter how old you are. An old, frail, annoying person? I've got to go talk to Hannah.
Wilma, please come to the wedding hall right now. Please stop Theon. He suddenly started saying that he's canceling the wedding.
Oh, I wonder what happened to him.
He says he shall break up with someone who makes the groom's mother miss the wedding. And he keeps on insisting that the wedding has to be canceled. No matter what I say, he won't listen to me.
Theon is usually mild-mannered and gentle, but when he gets angry, he gets out of control.
Why are you reacting like it's someone else's problem? Please, come and stop him. I'm sure he will calm down once you come here.
I now understand your real intentions. Deep inside, you don't want me to come, right? I at last have become capable of sensing your feelings.
This isn't a time for jokes.
I've heard a lot of things from Theon, like saying you'll wear a dress Theon picked even when you wanted to pick your own dress. Or like saying you didn't want an engagement ring when you secretly wanted one. That's the kind of girl you are.
Well, that's...
So don't worry. Finally, I've become the kind of person capable of sensing other people's thoughts.
But this time, it's not like that. I really want you to come. If you don't, I'll really end up being dumped. I don't want that.
In other words, you really don't mind if he dumps you. It's complicated when you say things opposite from your true feelings.
No, it's really not like that this time. I'm sorry for all the horrible things I've said. So please, let's just calm down. First of all, let's just think about how to get your eldest son and his fiance's wedding back on track.
I'm sorry, Hannah. I'm a self-centered old woman, so I don't care what happens to your wedding. Well then, the old woman shall stay home and be quiet, so you can take care of the rest on your own. Whether the ceremony goes on, gets postponed, or cancelled, the old woman won't have any say in the matter. Hannah and Theon's wedding ceremony was cancelled. The reason for the cancellation was the many rude texts Hannah sent me. I sent some of them to Theon, and he showed them to Hannah's parents. Hannah's parents were absolutely shocked. They immediately took Theon's side, and the wedding was immediately called off. After that, they broke up, and Hannah had to pay for the wedding expenses and some compensation for the insults to me. She is now imprisoned at her parents' house and is re-educated by her parents.